do what it do. Okay, are you just gonna eat before every show? Is that how this works?
I be just getting home. I ain't all day. Just nothing I can do about it.
All right. 1 2 1 2. This is the show radio. What's going on? He is the Cardinal.
Bring up balls, you hungry bitch.
I am me, and we coming live Saturday, May 23rd, 2020. 2020. I want to thank each and every listener for the last week. We took it up to 3,500 over the course of the weekend. This Memorial Day weekend, we're going to beat and we're going to break that. All right? So we got a lot of stuff we're going to get into today. I'm shorthanded tonight, so I'm working a lot of things, so please bear with me. But I'm here with the Cardinal. Tell them why they called you the Cardinal Dave.
Wait a minute. How the fuck? How you going to say you shorthanded and I'm here? We'll talk about that later.
We do nothing on this side. What up, Mont? Good to see you, baby.
Ooh. Well, first of all, I am Cardinal Dave. I am leader of the Church of the Conspiracy.
Oh, boy.
And we believe that everything is fixed. From what? Sports to politics. And when I say strike a pose, bitch, that means that I'm making you famous, you know. Just like that runway model, when she walks that aisle, the paparazzi takes her picture and they say, strike a pose, you bitch. And then they put her ass on an airplane and then she sexually assaults an NFL football.
What? You just get more bizarre every week, my dude. What up, Kenyon? What's happening with you?
It happens.
I get it. Okay. So, give me 1 second, y'all. I must put this up because I don't want anyone connecting this dude.
Hey man, don't be putting that disclaimer and all that shit up there. The Cardinal views. I mean, don't be putting that.
That's what it be. That's what it be.
Hey, man, you are trying to alienate me, man. You're trying to alienate my fans, but it's not gonna work because the church is strong. Unlike your
I don't think it will be possible to alienate your fans. You have none. First off, you look like
that's right. I have a congregation. I have a flock. I have a congregation. I have a spiritual crew. And you have a bunch of Robin Hood fruit booty dwigglers that run up and down the street and go.
Okay.
Kenyon in the house. Kenyon is a member of the church.
Kenyon's the Darian, sir. Flint time.
Not.
All day long. Kenyon has that knowledge.
He lost his mind if he is.
Okay, now, hey, moving to grooving. We got a big show tonight. In some topics, I want to wait until we get more people here. But we got a noted responsible gun owner, Brandon Wilkins, coming on. He's going to speak a little bit about that. The Cardinal, but we are both anti-gun for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Terry?
Right there, you know.
What's up? That's my daughter right there, MLT, my little baby girl.
Daughter, do something about that, Dad. Look at his attire. Don't let him go outside like this.
Look. Be glad I ain't gave y'all my profile. Oh shit, here it goes.
Here we go.
Woo!
Oh, and your camera froze.
I'm telling you, when I give them that, of course the camera froze. You know why the camera froze? Because when I give you my profile, the world stops on this motherfucking app.
My boy, what's up, McCartney? Fellow Darian. All right.
Yeah, he's definitely a Darian. He ain't in the church.
Can I introduce the topics? Can I do that? Thank you.
You can go to hell. You can do that.
The uproar, the flap with Joe Biden's "You Ain't Black" comments to one Charlemagne the God. We're gonna get to that. I know some people ready to go on.
You ain't black.
The pending release of ex-Detroit mayor, one of my boys, Kwame Kilpatrick, coming back home.
Kwame! That's yours, boy!
The Rona. I have no idea about that. He's going to speak on that.
The fall of the Rona, that's right.
We will discuss now. This is going to be a three-part discussion. We're going to begin introducing the for real greatest MCs of all time. Okay. Now here,
Right.
watch how your screen's divided. Common sense is going to be to your left. Ridiculousness will probably be to your right. But we'll see.
You can go ahead and slay my MCs if you want to, but I'm gonna shock the world.
Corona.
And you need to wet wall socket, and so you can shock the world, and I can do a solo show.
What I want to do right now is open up these phone lines, because right here, this show is for the opinionated. For the opinionated.
Put the number up, man. Put the number up.
Oh, blow this phone line up, because we need you to talk. You know what you think. Need you to talk on it. But let's start with our first topic. You know what? I was waiting on B. I don't know where he is. I have no idea where he is. So I'm gonna just keep it moving.
He chickened out.
Nah,
he chickened out. He knew that the Cardinal was gonna get in that ass tonight. Responsible gun owners. Ain't no such fucking thing. Excuse my language.
I kind of feel the same way, but I want to hear what he has to say. You know, when you go through the class, you pay the noise, you think that because you're carrying, nothing can happen to you. I think it's more likely that something happens to you. Kenyon put something up. I gotta what? Okay, I gotta take that down for a sec.
Yes, sir, Kenyon.
You do got some people.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Go right to it. You do got some people that.
Kenyon has something to say. Put that back up there.
That was not Kenyon is there now. What McCartney has a spoiler up there. And I'm very surprised McCartney has it there, but you know what? I'm gonna give him love for it. His all-time #1 rap artist carries one, but you're not about to talk about that yet, so don't even start. Kenyon, you got to be more than open-minded, because the dude is a disaster, straight up. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Well, I mean, listen, like I said, Kenyon is a member of the church. He's unlike you, who is somebody who has absolutely no common sense. When they say that common sense ain't that common, they were talking about your raggedy ass.
Okay. Now, we're going to move forward. We're going to get right into greatest MCs. Little change programs, right into greatest MCs. So, throw some out, y'all. Throw some out. Right off the bat, 3,000. Nas, Chris, Just Ice, Wise Intelligent.
Okay, wait a minute. These are in order.
Water. Oh, I'm just throwing folks out. I'm not even gonna try to rank them yet. Water.
No.
I know it's some I'm skipping over right now. Jump in, dude. Rock him. Come on. Sophia. Fuzz. I mean, it's just a ton, man. I'm more on that lyrical side, so I'm gonna name more lyricists. Most. McCartney throwing something out here. He's actually giving here some numbers. Chuck D. I don't know. I love Chuck D. I got a hard time throwing him in there. Critical Thinking is definitely a lost art. If you want to go more new school, maybe Kendrick. I haven't heard enough Kendrick to really know. Come on, dude. I know you just sitting there for a dramatic pause, but what? Oh, Pun, most definitely Pun. So speaking of that, AG. What's up? All right, he wants to say it be simple. Check this out, y'all. Call 770-390181. 770-369. Oh, Steph is back. Oh.
Are you done?
Who was the best?
Authenticating yet?
That's a good one, Steph. Oh my God, how can we fit you? Yes, sir. Say Kendrick's overrated? I don't know. Come on, dude, talk. What's up?
Well, you know what? Being the chauvinist that you are, you didn't mention one female rapper yet.
I know, Light. I'm always going Light. Lauren. Who else?
That makes you a fucking chauvinist.
Guru. I am. How can I forget Prodigy rested dead? That's my dude. P. Killer P. Come on, dude.
I disagree with that. Juvenile. Come on. Are you serious? He couldn't even hardly fucking talk.
Dude, come on, dude. Juvenile straight. See, you got a bias, man.
Back that ass up.
You got over 50, you got a problem with.
You're a big, fine woman.
Put somebody in here for me, man. Oh, Megan Thee Stallion. I put my boy in, man. Gucci. That's my dude, man. That's my dude. Keep on, man. Are you gonna say anything? You gonna sit there and look impervious with this ridiculous tie on? Rhapsody, I gotta check her out, Steph. Come on, dude. What you got to say? All right, I'm just muting. Y'all keep it on. Keep it moving and grooving. Mystical. Yes. Oh, okay. I'm busy yelling at him. He's having some issues over there. So he should be getting back on at one point. Ludicrous. Yeah, for some reason, our producers tonight, StreamYard, having some problems. I was wondering what was going on with him. Let's see. I can't remove him because then he'll be gone for good. So while we're waiting, I jump back full screen. Favorite guilty conscience, Trinidad James. Oh, one hit wonder like a mug, man. 770-369-0181. Phone lines are open. 770-369-0181. Cardi said he got that Teddy Riley internet, the intranets, man. Come on, Dave. Get it together, my dude. You know, Luda, I mean, you know, Luda do got a flow. It's a whole lot of people that, you know, the longer you're around, you got to respect them. You got to respect them and what they're doing. Okay, he looks like, he got to connect this mic cam before he can add him back to the stream. Is this it? We got him? We got him. All right, man. You good now?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck, man. That shit just completely. I'm assuming.
My bad. You just. I didn't know you could.
You know what? I'm gonna sue these people at StreamYard, man, because I'm blaming them stupid bastards for this shit.
Okay.
Anyway, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't get to mention mine yet. And first of all, let me just.
Right, the floor
well, here you go. I'm just gonna name 10 right off the bat. Nas, this is not in order. Nas, KRS, Eminem, LL Cool J, Ice Cube, Pac, Scarface, Chuck D, Rakim. Did I mention LL Cool J yet? Did I mention Eminem?
That's right.
And the last one on the list that none of y'all know about, none of y'all not gonna feel it until I hit you with this motherfucking lightning bolt. And that is Zach De La Roca.
Man,
oh! Rakim, son of a bitch!
No.
Rage Against the Machine.
No.
Please. Who had lyrics like Rage?
Macklemore, dude.
Who had Macklemore? Oh, come on, don't insult him like that.
You said Rage, dude. Come on, man.
Who, look, when Public Enemy and all them was falling apart, and Cypress Hill was falling apart, who did they go running to? Tom Morello.
Oh, speaking of
bassist, backup of the damn Rage Against the Machine, and they went running to him. Man, please.
Melle Mel.
Zach De La Roca is the top MC.
I'm gonna tell you who can wrap circles around all these folks, so nobody give them no love because of subject matter, and that's Wise Intelligent. If y'all not up on Wise Intelligent, Poor Righteous Teachers, go on and just pull some stuff. And what? Tell me who messing with Wise, dude. Be for real. We need to go on to producers tonight because that's a whole nother show. We're gonna give producers another show. But nah. Oh, Short. How you gonna leave out your boy?
I want to know why.
That's your boy right there.
I mean, I got him 11th. I got him 11th.
You can't be serious.
I mean, if you want to talk about,
you can't be serious.
If you want to talk about somebody who understands winning, then Too Short would probably be first or second.
Not just put,
but that's not just what we're talking about here.
I personally do not like Black Thought at all, but I do.
I'm not. He's not
on that list. I'm just not a Black Thought fan. Razzie can rap, but Razzie annoys me after a while. But I got you.
You know who I did name? Guess who wasn't in my top 10? The most overrated rapper in the history of hip hop.
Ice-T?
Your boy, no, your boy.
You better not say Kane.
I cannot stand.
I noticed nobody said Kane. Who?
No, sir.
Who?
Big. The notorious B.I.G. is the most overrated rapper in the history of his accolade. The accolades people have given him. I don't understand. What did the fuck did he ever do to exalt himself? Why? Because him and Pop had beef?
He came at the right time, in the right place, and died at the right time. Yeah, McCartney threw up. Who's the best rapper? Hands down, has got.
That's actually pretty funny what you just said.
Well, he did die at the right time. If he had stayed around,
I mean, that's something I was
worse, man. Also, man, Biggie contributed. Honestly, I think if he was still around, Jay-Z really benefited from that. I hate to put it that way, but to put the spotlight on him, it wouldn't have been there. You know, it would not have been there.
If Tupac was still around, you wouldn't see half the rappers that you see now.
If Tupac was still around, he wouldn't even be rhyming, dude.
No, Tupac would probably be a senator.
Okay, said put the number up. What number?
Or one of the.
Bet. Okay, you want to call in on the rhyme level? Yeah, let's do that.
Hey man, for all of y'all that's on Facebook right now, we need y'all to share, man. We need y'all to hit the share button. We need everybody who's watching right now to hit the share button. Okay? This is how we get this out here. We had about 3,500 watching the show last week. We got to get more. That ain't nothing. We need y'all to hit the share button. Do it right now.
Roll. Hey, phone lines.
If you don't hit the share button, then you stink. You hear me? If you don't hit the share button, you stank.
I do. I
absolutely
TupacForever. Man.
I mean, Tupac is in the top 10.
No, the hell he ain't. Stop it, dude.
Okay.
Stop it.
MC Ren is the best rapper in NWA. No, he's talking about Kenyon.
Tupac is somebody.
No, he's not because Q
as a rapper, in my opinion.
Who?
Tupac. Tupac made you feel. Now, if you talk about as an actor, as a person, as a presence, probably the most impactful rapper of all time. I give you that all day. But as far as lyrics, man, come on, dude. His hookup was borderline.
Why he didn't have no lyrics?
I'm not saying he did.
You ain't like Dear Mama?
I'm strictly talking about as an MC. Here we got a call. The show radio. Who is this?
Let's go.
Hey, can you hear him? Go speak. What's happening, McCartney? Talk to him.
I heard him the first damn time.
I'll let him talk. Go ahead, Cardinal.
I got one question for Dave. Are you right
here?
Listen, man, answer the question.
What's the question?
He asked
me. Say it again. You broke up. This shit's cheap.
Let me see if I can speak in crayon. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm even-handed. Can you tell? I'm ambidextrous. Or whatever the fuck you say the word. I'm right-handed. God damn it! Why? Why? Let me guess. Is that the hand you used to jerk off? I mean, wait. What? Why am I right? I'm right-handed.
Man, shut up.
He asked me what I was.
He said, "Take."
I can't.
Take that funky ass robe off and choke yourself with it for saying that stupid shit. God damn it. I don't know what the fuck you put in the wrong rules, whatever the fuck that is you eat, but you know, shit.
Thank you.
That thing is fucking great. It's fucking great. He was in the industry for 4 years and things.
Now, this is what I want you to do. Shut up.
Appreciate you, boy.
This is what I would like for you to do. Okay. I would like for McCartney. What city? What's his name? Paul McCartney. Where is he live?
Come on, dude.
Where is he? Is he in Atlanta?
We got topics to hit, man.
Where does he live?
Move forward, man.
Okay, well, wherever you live, they have a nice freeway. Go stand in the middle of it and do your family a favor. Trust me, They will thank you in the end. Sitting there around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Good things will happen.
Hey, man.
Fucker.
I love it. McCartney called in, voiced what he had to say. We looking for the rest of y'all, man. Bring it. Bring it. What's up, Greg? Greg,
my church will deal with it.
Time, man. We're going to go from greatest MCs to greatest groups, which folks have a hard time beating Outkast. Greatest groups to greatest producers.
What up, Greg?
What about
Hey, before you say that, you know, me and Greg used to go to Brightwood Mall and steal tapes. Speaking of music. You remember that, Greg? Strike up pose.
Just something we need to do. 770-369-0181. Statute of limitations ain't over with. Come on. Run the DMC.
The hell you calling for? You got the Rona?
Huh?
DMC.
Really?
DMC.
Really? No, I don't know about that.
Exactly. That's why Run always placated to DMC. Always had the freshest rhyme. DMC was the one with all the personality. DMC was the one. Well, he right, and he had the voice. But DMC was the one that everybody really wanted to see. Run was considered the leader of the group, but the leader of the group isn't always the best. Like a lot of people consider you the leader of For Show. You clearly are not the best. Okay, right. So no, if you're talking about Run or DMC, I will take DMC. Shout out Jam Master Jay. Ooh.
Really? So that's what you use?
What? I can't give respect to some damn body?
If we're gonna take it before Outkast, probably to me, the livest group was probably PMD. As far as consistent, coming with the production, coming with the rhymes, all day. Cardi got a message.
You want to take who's the best out of who? You want to take who's the best out of Houdini?
Before Outkast, EPMD. Then EPMD I replaced with Mobb Deep. They was coming like that. But on this one right now, I probably have to say Outkast. I probably would. That's a tough one.
You mean out of all the groups, period? Out of any group that ever existed?
I forget Reggie Noble. Yes, Lord. Redman. Ridiculous. Yeah, I was just talking about the best group. I was kind of going. I'm waiting on Brand, man. I'm ready to move forward, man, because shoot. He passed time now.
Well, he probably doesn't want to talk to your raggedy ass.
Well, there's you. You don't want to talk to me.
He didn't want to talk. He didn't want to talk to you, and he knew that I was going to slay him on that gun shit. So I mean, he's right now. He's probably at the store turning all his guns in.
Wu-Tang. But you know, I break Wu-Tang up into subgroups because to me, Ray and Ghost, that's their own group.
Well, wait a minute. Who is your favorite group of all time? Did you say Outkast was probably the best? Not your favorite. Get that. Did you just say Outkast was the best hip hop group ever?
Yeah. If you put a gun to my head, I'd probably say that. They're not my favorite, but I think they're the best. My favorite is Mobb Deep, though.
I don't know, man.
Group wise, probably Mobb Deep.
I think the Fat Boys should get some love.
For what? Really? I love them. Really? That's the Fresh Fest days. Greg say X-Clan or PE, right? Outkast is the best ever. Oh, got another call, man.
Boy, I tell you, if it's the goddamn McCartney, hang up on his ass. Or her ass, whatever it is.
You on?
Oh no.
Okay.
It's kind of like, I know it's kind of like with Whitney Houston with me, right? Whitney Houston is not my favorite singer, but she's definitely the best.
Okay.
As far as Whitney goes. So I was just saying I feel you on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, bet that. I mean, he telling the truth, man. I mean, really. I mean, Outkast is just so damn talented. But you know what? I'm gonna say this. This is crazy. I can go with Outkast being the best ever, but I don't think Big Boy is one of the best ever. I think 3,000.
Just wait a minute.
Okay, I'll pause.
Did he just say Whitney Houston? Whitney Houston?
That's one of them.
What does Whitney Houston? What does
type vibes?
What does Whitney Houston have to do with any of this? What does Whitney? We talking about crack? What does Whitney Houston have to do with any of this? I don't understand.
I'm going with the.
I mean, what does Whitney Houston have to do with this?
This is what I would say.
Are we talking about doing lines? Are we smoking crack here?
A bunch of folks, I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
I mean, I'm just saying, why are we talking about Whitney Houston?
So I'm not even going there. That means nothing. If that's the case, you can eliminate half the dang the Hall of Fame musicians. I thought you was gonna say something about Whitney Houston, not that. No, substance abuse goes across the board.
I'm saying what?
Because
you should know.
If you want to make an argument about who sold the most and equate that to being the best, you can put Whitney Houston in there. I don't necessarily.
Nobody sold more than Eminem. Eminem sold more than anybody.
Okay,
we talking about Eminem. And Lord Jamar can kiss my ass. How about that?
What?
The way he's always talking about Eminem is not a guest. He's a guest.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, you didn't forget him. No, I'm talking about Lord Jamar going on DJ Vlad and always talking about how Eminem is a guest in hip hop.
Jamar's my dude. What are you talking about right now?
He's always going on DJ Vlad and talking about Eminem and saying Eminem's a guest in hip hop. And he's not really in hip hop. He shouldn't be ranked and all
That's
that.
his opinion. You know, it's not opinion.
This is stupid. Was this how he has to stay valid?
Why are you riding with Epps? So Epps can take care of himself, dude. He don't need you.
Because he's dope. That's why. Why you keep riding with Whitney Houston?
I'm not riding with Whitney Houston. I'm not a Whitney.
Yes, you are, because you and her both like the cocaine plant.
Oh, yes. We both do. I like Nina Simone, my dude.
I bet you'll never get the Rona. All that cocaine you got in your nostrils.
All that cocaine I have, yes. That's it. All right, we're gonna move on.
That's right.
Man. And McCartney says he's relating to my point about Outkast. He's talking about maybe somebody might not be his favorite, but they could be the best. I got you. I understand that.
I want McCartney to go stand on the freeway.
Etta James,
that's right, Kenyon. Strike a pose, Kenyon.
I think that when it comes down to this, it's just gonna be your person. It's like basketball, man. It's gonna be whoever your favorite is, man. All right, dude. Come on, man. You said something about this whatever you got, this Rona, the fall of whatever. I'm giving you the floor, man. Don't go for it.
You can't give me nothing. I'll take it. Well, I mean, look, man. Here's the bottom line. And this is what I think. I think right now everybody's being lulled to sleep. You know, we're gonna have a hot summer. You ain't gonna hear about the Rona. Rona gonna kind of fall off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because I mean, listen, people are getting real comfortable. When I was driving home tonight, I saw a live band playing with about 20, 25 people out there drinking. I ain't seen not one mask. I mean, people are getting real lax, real comfortable, and they're going to forget completely. And then it's going to get cold. The kids are going to go back to school. The crowds are going to get bigger. They're going to be trying to play sports. So the crowds are going to be getting bigger. People are going to be coming together. And that's when that second wave is going to hit in the fall. The fall of Rona. And it's going to be worse this fall. It's going to be worse this fall than it was this damn spring when people died. And people are going to be falling in the fall by the thousands, the hundreds of thousands, maybe the millions.
Way before that, they're going to die this summer. It got nothing to do with the fall. That's
I agree with that. I'm just saying that when the fall happens, it's going to be worse.
Dude, it's May. It doesn't take 3 months to catch this and die. I'm sorry.
Okay, listen, but listen to what I'm saying. Right
I'm
now,
telling
the
you
whole
not to
thought
do
of
that.
social distancing is going to be done in the fall because people are trying to go back to school.
It's
They're
not going to
trying to go back to
happen.
college.
They're not going back to
How do you figure?
because
What are
schools have
you,
already.
Doctor
You're, you're,
Doctor
you're,
Fauci's anus or something?
dude, you're not in education, my dude. Right now, right now,
I am
people. I
education.
tell you, like, let's say you're going to Auburn, or even when my niece is going to go to Spelman, they're already telling them first semester we're probably not going to be here. That's going to be online. You'll be at home. They're not about to fill up these dorms and no kind of nothing.
Oh, okay, listen, maybe at Spelman. But I'm telling you, these people at the big schools where they play
Dude,
football,
University of
they are
California.
trying to make money.
Oh
They
my
can't
God!
make money without the students being there.
Yes, you
They
can.
already said they're trying to do it. Gene Smith, the athletic director.
I'm gonna just mute you because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have to be in school to make money from football, dude. You can bring the team back and be straight. They make money from
No, you
television.
cannot.
Okay.
You cannot bring the team
The
back.
University
Do
of
you know
California,
what will happen if they
you
bring?
understand? You
Listen
said,
to what I'm telling you and
listen to
learn,
what I'm telling you.
dummy.
In California,
When
dude, that already the colleges already have said they're not going back in the fall. They've already eliminated the
I
ACT and
don't care what they say, money.
they have eliminated the SAT and the ACT because they can't sit people for these tests. Oh, here he is now. They can't sit people for these tests. All right. We're gonna table this. We're gonna come back to it, man. I just want to get him on. Young B,
What up?
Yeah,
can you
because you
Can
screwed
y'all hear
up
me?
what I was trying to say, ass.
I did, man, because you were sounding ridiculous. We're gonna come back to it too. We're gonna come back to it. I promise you that. I will give you an opportunity to say everything you were gonna say. All right, but we got our guest in. He's with us for a limited time. So we have a noted expert, Brandon Wilkins. He's gonna talk a little bit about responsible gun owning. Responsible gun owning. So you want to just start? You want me to ask you questions? How you want to do it, B?
Oh, I thought y'all was gonna ask some questions. So
Well, I
yeah.
got you too. Okay. I feel a lot of people owning a gun gives them a false sense of security. I think for a lot of people, having a gun, especially in Michigan, which is a carry state, I know you're in Michigan, they walk around and feel like I got this gun with me, nothing's gonna happen. Causes sometimes for their behavior to be more risky than it should be. Causes them to think that they're all set and they're protected when a lot of times they aren't. And if sometimes maybe in more owning and carrying than if not. It changes their behavior. That's my thought on that. I'm not saying it's always like that, but that's my thought on it. What do you think on that?
Oh, I
And
would
we could go through the process because you
tend
know
to
me and you
agree with
started out.
that.
We started years ago as gun owners. Used to go to the range. Now, granted, we weren't going to the range with real fun weapons. We basically with handguns. I think I had a snub nose at that point, so it kind of tied up. But for me, going to the range, that experience made me say, "Man, if it can do this, this isn't something I really want to do to another person." You know what I'm saying? But to each their own. But so I know at one point, I don't know if you got rid of that 9N or not. What kind of brought you back into it? What are your thoughts behind getting a license to carry? Just kick it, man. I'm sure Dave got questions too.
Well, I mean, number one, I would agree with you. There's a lot of people who have a false sense of security because they carry a weapon. I'm more about, I think the whole purpose and use, for me, at least I should say, of a firearm is protection for myself and my family. So I'm not looking at it in terms of I'm trying to be, big bad Billy or anything going out. I mean, the whole purpose look at it as it's PL for a reason, concealed. So really, nobody should know you have it unless you need to pull it. I think most people, legal or illegal, don't know gun safety rules. Couldn't recite. And so, um, you know, when years I first got a gun, it was more so about, posture and the showmanship, just to say I'm strapped, I'm backing, and then got rid of mine. I don't know if we got rid of ours at the same time, but then probably when did I get?
Speak up a little bit. We get some text in. They can't hear you.
Okay, probably about 3-4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I got back into getting a firearm, and at that time, again, the purpose was protection for myself and my family. So I look at, you talk about responsible gun ownership, and I'm one that if I were just walking down the street, no one would know that I'm carrying, because I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be out there showing that I'm carrying that, but I know that, worst case scenario, if I have to protect my family, I'm in a better position to do so with a firearm than if I didn't have one. And
So
just
you better
like I
with than
said,
without.
most people don't know the rules of gun. Yeah, like when the 4 rules of gun safety are, number 1, treat every gun if it's lit. You see a lot of cats out there, posturing, showing off and stuff, and really don't recognize that, that's rule gun rule safety, gun safety rule number 1. Number 2, they say, don't point the muzzle at anything you're not willing to destroy. Number 3, and this is key. This is what I think a lot of people don't recognize is, you keep your finger off the trigger unless and until you're ready to shoot. And then number 4, it's kind of like number 2. Always beware of what's in your line of fire. Beware your target and what's in the line of fire. But here's a 5th rule. It's an unofficial 5th rule that sits with me, and that is never pull your gun unless you're prepared to use it. And so for me, I try to live by that. And that's why I tend to say that to me is a responsible gun owner. Because again, a lot of out there pull a piece in the midst to show off and flash. But to me, I feel you shouldn't be pulling it unless you're ready to use it. My prayer is I never have to use my gun ever. But again, I practice so that if that were to happen, I'm prepared to do so. But I would love to go the rest of my lifetime without ever having to pull it at all.
Okay, so as you've been talking, several listeners have been making different points. One thing, I'm gonna post this up. I don't know if you can see this, but one thing Danielle said, I totally agree with. First irresponsible thing you do with a firearm should automatically disqualify you from future ownership. She also put, and I agree with this, some people act
What up, Danielle?
Just because they have a firearm, pulling out anywhere, shooting it off just because, it's stupid. On the other end, we have
absolutely.
I have no problem with carrying a gun out in public. Use at your discretion. I just have an issue with people having guns in public. I just do. I don't see how it helps. I think it tends, especially when you turn schools, churches.
Are you referring to like open carry?
Yes.
Like people just showing that they walk around. Yeah, I agree with that too, because
I do. I don't think that helps personally with me.
Like those who are proponents of that.
You pull it out, you better use it thing. To me, unless you really protecting your family or your life, what reason do you have to pull a gun? Really?
Exactly.
I just think it's that courage, man. For me, it's giving you some courage you wouldn't ordinarily have. It makes you be probably a little more risk taking than you might be. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying most people.
Right.
You'll
get no argument from me on that. Most proponents of open carry feel that if people know you have a weapon, they're less likely to try anything. There's some argument to that, but I'm on the flip side. It's making you vulnerable. People know your position because they know, okay, I can see that this cat is strapped, so I got to get the jump on him. So I'm more so like, I'm not a fan of open carry.
I mean, I know you got some. You just cueing me into how to get you. I mean, personally, if I want to get you anyway, you had 20 guns. I'm gonna still get you. Well, go ahead, Mr. The Cardinal. What's up?
I think all guns should be banned. Every fucking one of them. I don't think anybody, including the cops, should own one. I think they should all be eliminated. And here's why. First of all, people are not rationally thinking like you, Brandon. Most of the people who have guns are not responsible gun owners. They are a second dick. And they can't wait to pull it out and use it. And that's why they have open carry. It is like the wild, wild west. When restaurants were open, me and my homie Terry went to a restaurant and sat there, and it was some crazy looking hick from Hill Jack City sitting there with a big fat Beretta on his hip at breakfast. And it's like, for what? For what reason? Even if somebody breaks in your house, if they get to you, they get to your family. If you can't get to the gun, what good was it? Get a dog. I just don't. I've never had any use for it. I see absolutely no responsibility. The NRA is crazy with it. People are crazy with it, and I think that people that we already talked about false sense of security. I think that it gives people an absolute alter ego that they can play Marshall Dillon or something from the old Gunsmoke. I don't like it. I think that every time we hear about incidents of gun violence at home or accident of some kid, 5-6-year-old, that pulled a gun and blew his brother's brains out and stuff like that. See, that can happen even in the most responsible households. Well, kids find a way to get in stuff. I see no reason for it. What does a gun?
Let me ask you this, Cardinal.
And you got a knife. Yes.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
When did that start happening though? Because if you think about it, I mean, it was probably a little bit before our time, but back in the 50s, 60s, and even into the 70s to some extent, they had rifle clubs in schools for kids as young as 4th grade. So I mean, there was a point where
let me interject on that. They did.
Well, that was before the advent of television, before the advent of movies,
at that point,
before people just started going crazy in society, making music with guns and all that. You can't do that now.
Exactly. So you're making my point. Let me say this real quick, me. You're making my point that it's not that guns are bad. It's what the media, is what the entertainment and all of that has done to the psyche and the perception of people. So to say banning guns, it's not the guns that's the problem, because guns have always been around. Well, not always, but for a long time, guns have been around, and we didn't have the issues that we're having.
Let me make this point. Those weren't handguns; those were rifle clubs. It's a whole different story. You're talking about target shooting, how to clean, to be a responsible gun owner. Then when you packing a gun to kill humans, when you talk about a handgun, especially one you can conceal, that's not for hunting deer, bear, rabbit, squirrels. That's not for target shooting. That's for getting down on a human. And I do agree with the Cardinal when it comes. I think they all should be banned. Right? I don't even have a problem with rifles. I got more of a problem with handguns, and that's what's giving us all the issues. Handguns or automatic weapons or different things of that nature. Kenyon says banning guns is a bad move. We don't have to worry about it because it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
I agree with Kenyon.
Oh, it's never going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen. I know that. Hey, look, I was speaking fantasy. I know it's never going to happen.
Yeah, we know that.
I know it's never happened.
There are more guns in this country than people. And that's why we kill way more than any other country, because it's some false courage, man. It just is, man. A gun makes
guns are glorified. There's the glorification of guns. They're glorified.
Do whatever, so I know they're not gonna get banned. I'm not even thinking that, but my thought on it is it causes more problem, and especially Let me make it even, especially as black men, this is a problem right now. It's a problem. For protecting your home and your family, I got you. But walk around open carrying, you're making yourself even more of a target if that's possible.
Agreed.
You know, and I just think that's something that we have to keep in mind for real. You know what I'm saying? Connie says they're glorifying all parts of society. In this Western world, I agree with you.
And that's the point. And listen, Brandon, you made a good point, Brandon, in regards to, it's not the guns, it's the people. We know it's not the guns. The guns are more humane than the people in some cases. People are not responsible enough to have a gun. No. They're just not. Most people are not responsible enough to have them. No. So nobody should have them. Get rid of all of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just saying that they've done more damage than good. If we tip the scales, have guns done more damage than they have good? I mean, even if they're just sitting in the house collecting dust, well, then why have them? Yes. Why have a gun if you're not going to use it?
But again,
everybody that makes this argument, I kind of feel like, dude, I mean, you got this gun you want to use. You go practice using it anyway, you know, and you really think it's gonna help you? If I want you, I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna watch you, and I'm gonna get you when you down. You can have all the guns you want. We need to have Dice on this, man. Dice should have been on here.
But let me say a couple of things. So when you make the point that because of what a few have done with guns, they should all be banned. That's like saying because
it's more than a few.
Listen to me though. That's like saying because several people have had car accidents, nobody should be driving, or everybody should be walking. See, what the problem is, what's technically
but that's not killing people, Brand.
Car accidents kill people. Car accidents kill people all the time. But let me say this. Let me finish real quick. Let me finish.
Okay.
What's glorified is when something negative happens with a gun. See, what the problem is, and I just say be fair. So for every, and I don't have statistics, so I can't, I can just guess. But for every shooting that happens when somebody kills someone, go off the rails and shoot, there's instances where somebody with a gun has protected and saved tons of people. I mean, like a prime example, I don't remember where it was, but there was a school shooting where the shooter came in and there happened to be a security guard or somebody who was armed legally, who had a license to carry.
Yeah, I remember that.
The threat and killed this shooter. But you did not hear about that at all, because that was an instance where a gun was used to stop something that could have been terrible. All I'm saying is be fair. If you're gonna show,
I remember that. I remember that story. I remember that.
What that is, we always hear them little once in a while stories. Meanwhile, 500 people a day die from handguns. I'm not talking about rifles right now. I'm talking about handguns every day. Every day.
Forgive me. I believe that's an inflated statistic. I mean, because 500 handguns.
Let me tell you. No, what happened in Las Vegas? Las Vegas wasn't inflated.
But let me say this.
Sandy Hook wasn't inflated. Colorado wasn't inflated.
500 people dying a day from handguns. You're saying that's 15,000 people a month.
On average.
15,000 people a month dying from guns.
No, I'm saying it's 182,500 deaths per year. To 500 deaths a year from gun violence. Yes.
How many?
Yes. 182,500. That's what it's.
But I mean, again, I believe it's an inflated
number. There was 49,273 in 2017. Okay, we'll put it like this: And we could take that to the black community. I bet it's even more inflated. Guns are an issue, man.
I'd like to compare that number
The
with
Prime Minister in Canada just banned all assault weapons. All assault weapons in Canada are banned. Why? Because they finally had enough.
I'd like to find out, with comparing that same number, how many lives were saved as a result of someone with a gun stopping a threat. So, I mean, let's not just skew things in one direction. I promise you the numbers
aren't the same. I promise you they're not the same.
One direction.
Brand, you know they're not the same. When somebody goes in a movie theater and takes out 2, 3, 30, 40, 50 people or whatever, if somebody saves somebody with a gun, they're saving generally that general area. Okay, but when somebody goes to Las Vegas at a concert and takes out hundreds, I mean, it's not the same. We're talking two different things. That's just like, somebody, okay, you go and save a couple of people over in the corner over there. Big deal. You got homie taking out stadiums up the street. If you get the Cardinals.
I mean, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
Brandon, do you think more people are responsible or irresponsible?
And based on the number of true gun owners, well, let me put it this way, Cardinal. I think if you were to look at those who have legally obtained a firearm, there is a larger number responsible than irresponsible. If you're looking at the number of people,
that's not most people.
Right. If you're looking at the number of people with guns, period, then there are a lot more irresponsible than responsible, because a good number of those have obtained their guns.
How can we eradicate the irresponsible? Because you've even just said it, the irresponsible have more guns than the responsible. So how do we get the irresponsible out of the equation?
And truthfully, that's a question I don't have an answer to, other than and it is
get rid of all of them.
No,
you gotta get rid of all of them, Brad. They all gotta go. That way, we know we gonna get them.
Here's where I'll probably tick a bunch of people off, but I say we bring back capital punishment and start, those who crimes.
But that's not going to swing in our favor. That's not going to swing in our favor. That'll give them even more reason to, you, the responsible gun owner, going down the street with your family, and some zealous idiot wants to challenge you, and now they want to, get good old Brand on killing this fool. So now we're going to go ahead and put him in the chair. So, I mean, we already know just like how the police now are taking things in, to the next level with their police brutality. Why? Because they believe that they're empowered by that nut job in office. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I like about this, man, first of all, we really appreciate you coming on the show. You bring a wisdom and an intelligence that I normally don't deal with. But have you noticed that I don't know why? I don't know if his mic went dead. I don't know if he went dead, but he's not here. I don't see him, and I definitely don't smell him. And thank you. Stay away, dude. Just, Brand, would you like to host the rest of the show? It'd just be me and you. We'd take the topics. Damn me. Okay? What kind of name is that for a talk show?
I couldn't do as well a job as you guys do, man. You guys, you're always killing it. So,
please.
Y'all
dynamic. Something. I could take a mannequin and sit it up there and have a better show with the mannequin. But excuse me. But Brand, I want to ask you something a little bit more about the gun situation, because right now the reason why I have such a staunch viewpoint of it is because I think that the people who we consider to be the ones we know, forget the illegals, okay? Because I'm not talking about immigrants. I'm talking about people who have guns illegally, okay? Because they
I got
right
you.
wrong off the jump just for owning one, okay? I don't believe that those who consider themselves responsible, we have to look at the mindset. You said it yourself, okay? That it's not the guns, it's the people. And we have to look at the mind state of the people right now, the climate of this country. I'm not real comfortable with guns being in certain folks' hands because I think they're more apt to point them at people who look like you and me and blow us off the map just for being the shade of hue that we are. You see what I'm saying? So I really think that based on this climate that we're living in right now, it's not going to serve us to be on the side of the NRA or to be on the, because they're not on our side. You know, it's like we can cheer for gun rights or whatnot, but they look at us like first glance we get, you know, taking y'all out. And that's what they're doing, you know, legally. I mean, look at Mod. I thought, you know, those two guys finna get off. You know they finna get off.
Well,
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
think I don't think they'll get off because it, if they get off, that's basically a powder keg that's ready to blow up. Now, I do believe they won't get as severe charges as they should. Like to me, that was just a case of straight up first degree murder. I mean, premeditated first degree
Mm-hmm.
murder, in my opinion. Just my personal opinion, because of, and I've heard you mention it in previous episodes. You know, the Good Old Boy Network.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're tied in.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't. I mean, you guys know more about it than I do. I don't know if their trial is going to be held in the same venue or area that the crime committed, or if they're going to move it. I don't know. But my personal opinion is they'll get convicted, but they'll get convicted of a lesser charge, something like manslaughter or something. Because I mean, if they just walk, I think Georgia and various parts of the nation will erupt. So I don't think they're going to get off, but I just think they'll get charged or they'll be found guilty of a lesser charge. Just my personal opinion.
And you know what, Brandon, and that may be true, but I will say this: we have to be prepared for that because I mean, you know, me and you, we go all the way back to Rodney King, you know, where that was clear cut, and a lot of white folks will go back to OJ, and in the black community, we knew it was clear cut. We knew that motherfucker killed him. We knew it. But we were so happy that somebody finally stuck it to the system and got away with it. Now look, they still got their man on some BS because he's stupid. But I mean, I think that everything is sad to say, man, everything goes down racial lines. And when you have a climate such as what we have with a president who is fanning the flames of racism. He did it during his damn campaign. So he's really doing it, now he just, I mean, you take a look at what was that in Charlottesville, Virginia, when the dude drove through the thing and killed folks, and he said, well, those people, those are just some good people. They're misunderstood and all this stuff. And it's like he's
Okay,
fanning the
now
flames of it. He's
now
empowering a lot of the people who have these guns.
I'm not justifying what he said, but I do believe in giving the man a fair shake, because what he said was, and see, this is where I have a problem with, if you're going to disagree with things he does, make sure you explain it in the whole context, because when you don't do that, it damages the argument, because it makes it look like you're just trying to skew the narrative to fit it. So what he said was, there were good people on both sides. Now, whether you agree or disagree, that's everybody's personal opinion. But my feeling is, you damage your argument when you say, he said that the people that drove through the thing were good people, and that's technically not what he said. What he said was, there were good people on both sides, and I just feel like, you know, if you use the true wording to make your argument, it goes a lot further than when you skew it. So again, not agreeing with what he said, but I'm just saying in context of the whole argument with what the way people came at it is they kind of skew what he said to fit their narrative. And to me, that damages your argument when you do something like that.
Well, I think that he knows what he's doing when he's placating to his. Now we're talking about Trump, but I mean he placates to his audience, and he doesn't want to lose that base. So that's why he said that, even in the midst of something that was clear cut. See, to me, you don't just come out and say, "Well, there's good people on both sides." I mean, when somebody gets in a car and drives through a crowd of people, mowing them down, I don't think that's the time to talk about the good people on the other side. I don't think there's time to talk about sides. I think it's time to talk about the nut job that drove through there and the whole madness that was going on at that whole rally to begin with. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we still have no quote unquote me. We still have no. Where is he? He's gone. Wiped off the face of this earth.
So is the show still going? Because I'm not seeing like any
Well, I see the live
comments or anything. Yeah, I see that.
So I don't know, man. The guy, he's here, he's gone, and I'm trying to get my microphone acting right now. Can you hear me clearly?
Oh yeah. I hear you clearly, and everything, man. So
my Bluetooth just went kaput, but I can still hear you. But yeah, but anyway, man, I don't know if he has gone for good. Maybe the Rona got him, sped up the process. I'm not sure. I don't know. Probably shouldn't make jokes about that. I personally know people, but I want to ask you about that, Brand. Since we're talking, we can't take any phone calls. Brand has now become the official co-host of tonight's show. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Brand, aka Whiskey. Were you Whiskey or Kool-Aid in the group? Well,
you're going way back. I don't even remember which one I was in that one. Well, I think I had to be the Kool-Aid.
Well, Kool-Aid. Okay. Well, let me ask you something. I want to ask you something about coronavirus or whatnot. I mean, I think we all know people who have had it, or and who may have unfortunately passed away from it or whatnot. You're in Detroit. I'm down here in Georgia. It's a lot worse as far as cases up in Detroit. Whereas, down here in Georgia, it's not as bad, but the people here are more or less responsible. Do you get what do you get a sense of in regards to Governor Whitmer extending the whole stay at home to June 12th? Because down here, this dude is like, hey, have fun. I told you, I saw a street party tonight with a live band playing and about 20-something people, no mask on or nothing, drinking. Michigan, they would have got tickets, in theory. So, let's compare the two situations, man. What do you compare your situation to my situation, right now? If that makes any sense to you.
Well, I mean, I'm frustrated, man, and I'll put it this way. I recognize that, I trust that the decision she's making for the greater good. But I will admit that I am rather ticked off with being inconvenienced for this long a period of time. Like, I mean, it's like soon as we think we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel that this thing's going to be over. She extends it again. I mean, I think this is like either the third or fourth extension. And again, I have to trust and believe that as a, the public official leader of the state, what she's doing it for the greater good. But I'm more or less like, don't keep leading me on I would rather you extend it, 5, 6, 7 weeks, and so I know what to be prepared for versus just saying 2 weeks and then I'm thinking, okay, 2 weeks things will be back to normal. And I mean, I don't expect them to be back to normal, but to say things have opened up. I mean, economically people are suffering, man. The thing I can say of what I see around where the places I go, I mean, for the most part, the majority of people are following the guidelines, masked up or covered up or whatever. You always have people that aren't, either whether because they legitimately can't wear it or some just being rebels. But I think that's with anything, man. I don't think you're ever gonna get 100% compliance on anything. So to keep extending this or to keep saying, we're doing this, and it to expect that everybody's going to comply. It's not going to happen. I mean, think about it. We're a country that's found on being rebellious. So there's always going to be people rebellious. And I think there's got to come a point where you say, you know what, I hate to put it this way, but we're going to take our chances, because who knows when. And I had this conversation with me earlier prior to the show. I wish he was on, because I don't remember his exact wording, but he was saying
I don't wish he was on,
but he was saying something to the degree of, if it were if we knew that people, oh man, I don't remember exactly what he said, but something like, if we knew who had it and or was symptomatic and made sure those people stayed quarantined or stayed in the house, and then everybody else could go out. But there's no way of truly knowing that without forcibly going through and making everybody get tested type of deal. So again, it's just having been on this since since March 13th. So 2 months.
It's been 2-3 months, man.
Yeah. So it's just frustrating, man. But again, it's just, I know what's happening is happening for the greater good. So I just have to respect that. I mean, I thought about it, because when we had our conversation earlier, he was like, well, what really can't you do that you would like to do it? And really it's the more social stuff, man. I'm a people person. So just getting out, being around people, seeing people out, and that's one of the things that we know can't happen right now. So when I sat down and really thought about that, I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, I can shop, I can get food, I can get, if I need to get gas, which I really ain't been going nowhere, so I ain't had to really get gas. But if I need to, take care of essentials, I can still do those things. It's just the social aspect of it that is just, being cooped up in the house is kind of driving you crazy type of deal. So I just have
to. Well, you know what, Brand? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. I mean,
no. I was done. Go ahead.
You know what, man? I respect that, and I think that you can go too far. And like, I give you an example. This guy down here, Governor Kemp, he is, he was just like a cowboy. He just was like, that's it. I'm done with this. I'm not damn the mayor, damn everybody. I'm opening the whole state up, and y'all can just go.
Takes, you know what I'm saying?
770. Y'all want to do. A lot of people had enough. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Can you hear me?
He's coming back. No, I think I feel his
senses
present.
Dude, this is crazy.
Patrick is scheduled to
never mind, Brand. Just forget everything we were talking about.
June 18th, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's coming home. So we're gonna talk about.
Yo, can you hear anything?
Yeah. We hear you. Can you hear me?
Saying in a
Sorry,
we got no his raggedy ass either with that ass.
Oh my God. Bomar.
So are we no longer live?
Did everything. So you know what I'm saying? It was all his view. We're gonna talk about him and all the people he left off on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about the top 10
like the president.
That's right.
So what's the deal? Y'all still on or what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, dude, man, this is crazy. We're straight. We'll talk about it later. Is Bomar still on?
I see him. Can you see him?
Well, Brand, good show.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, I'm glad y'all kept it going. Whoever this host is ridiculous. That's all I can say, man.
I'm not.
Well,
There was entertainment and chemistry here with me and Big Brother Brand, and you just ruined every goddamn. Are we alive?
Well, I'm gonna let y'all get back to doing your show, man. I'm gonna go ahead.
Man. I heard this rove off into Trump and everything else. Did y'all cover Kwame?
Yeah, we just kicked it. No, we ain't talking about the Kwame.
Did y'all cover You Ain't Black?
No. I'll let y'all do that, man. I'm gonna go on and sign off. So y'all go on and handle your biz.
Good stuff, my dude.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Good stuff. Dude, I got to talk to you about this thing, man.
Peace, Brand.
All right.
Get ready.
All right, hey, peace, B. Good stuff, man.
Yep, anytime, fellas.
All right. Man, dude, I'm on a different computer. That's all I can. I don't even know what happened, man. I have no idea. Nothing.
What the hell?
I see Dice is here with us,
B.
B.
Thing ever happened to the show.
Dude, you don't even know. I thought y'all was gone, man. Everything just went out, man. I'm so thrown off on that. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, me and Brand were talking. Dude.
Cool.
You just disappeared, man. You were just gone.
Dude, and I'm the one.
We kept it going, man. We kept it going.
Cool. Good stuff. Where we at?
It was very unfortunate that. Okay, and I couldn't see the comments. See, like Cookie and them was listening.
Yeah, it's a bunch of comments,
I couldn't see any of the comments because you control that aspect. Well, I know, but we couldn't see them because your jackass computer owns that.
Dude, that's not my computer, my dude.
Gone,
that's this. That's this, my dude.
Rona virus.
Are you typing? What is that noise?
StreamYard is terrible, man.
We got to find another host, man. All right. So where you would pick up, man?
Because everybody thinks that y'all don't think that like this is a ghetto production. This is not. Y'all
no, it's not.
We are technically sound. The host of this is fucking this thing up.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. So what you want to do, man?
We're
at hour 13. You want to come back on this the holiday? You want to come back on this tomorrow and get part 2? What you want to do?
Yeah, man. Let's give them part 2 now, man. I mean, shoot. I'm coming tomorrow, but hey, I'll be nice and drunk. We can come on tomorrow night, and then we can do it again on Monday, do a memorial. We can do a 3 part.
We ain't going to do a 3-part. We can do tomorrow.
So I'm with it.
What time you want to go on tomorrow?
We can do that.
Huh?
Hey, what? 9 o'clock? That's fine. I don't care.
You want to come back on at 9? You want to come back on earlier?
I'll tell you now. I'm gonna be in the bag tomorrow night. I'm just letting you know.
So why don't we come on? Why don't we come on earlier?
Show.
Why don't we come on like around like 1? And knock these next 2 topics out.
No, because I'm gonna be right in the middle of cooking.
What time you want to come on? Let's come on earlier, man.
Well, but the thing is, I'm gonna be cooking. So
for how long?
At 2 o'clock. Now y'all can come on and we come on with me and watch me cook.
What time you want to come on?
Well, let's do it let's do it about 7 or 8.
Dude, that's basically
You hear
9
me?
o'clock. You want to do 7?
Yeah, 9 o'clock. What
No, I just said 7, man.
Dice.
7.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
Huh?
Your,
All right, we're
your
gonna do
thing was
7.
freezing.
We gotta work this out,
Your
dude.
thing
This
was
is
freezing again.
ridiculous.
You said 7? 7? I hate this goddamn StreamYard, man. I hate this shit.
Ridiculous, man.
Yeah, Kenyon said about 6. I'm gonna say 7, but regardless of what time, I'm gonna be in the bag. Letting you know that now. I got a bunch of Coronas on ice. I got tequila. I got some beef short ribs. Ooh! I'm sure you'll be playing with a lot of sausage.
Did you say something? How that
Say
is?
something, you bastard.
Did you see it? Look, read, nigga. See, you made me use words I don't use, man.
I see it. I can read, but
Tomorrow, 7 p.m.
show will return.
You know, you'll see me and
Tune in.
Musty Road will be back on tomorrow at 7. All right, man. Let's be out.
And y'all can see these short ribs that I'm about to cook. God damn it.
No plays. If anything, they should straight. Man, man,
McCarthy,
man, I'm marinate. I'm gonna let it marinate till Monday, dude. Let it marinate, fool. Can you cook? You know anything about cooking? Clearly not. Clearly not. All right, hey, peace. We're gonna see you tomorrow. Kenyon, come on back, man. Thank you for sharing. It's been a wild night, but I made 2 topics we didn't get to, so we're gonna get to those tomorrow. The You Ain't Black and our boy coming home, and I'm gonna let him finish with the virus. Hey, dude. Hey, quick question.
Cookie, Terry, even McCarthy.
Did he get to talking about his topic? I wanted to hear the Rona topic. Did you do the Rona topic, dude? Oops. Oh, he muted himself. Oh, okay. Well, I want to know if he did the Rona topic because that's something I actually wanted to hear myself. Man. Did you actually do your Rona topic, sir? Hello.
I didn't mute. Keep doing it.
I'm telling you what it said.
No, I didn't. Me and Brandon were talking about Rona, but I didn't get into my topic of the fall of Rona. I started it, and then Brandon came on. So I'll save it for tomorrow. Don't worry.
Yeah, so we got 3. We're going to hit them 3 tomorrow then. All right, 7 o'clock, my dude. Our job be good, man. Say it. Say it so we can go. Your catchphrase. Say it.
Strike a pose, you ugly bastard, nappy-headed bastard. Brand back on and go to hell.
Thank you.